Howdy, y'all. Today we're going to be cooking up an all-time classic and one of my favorites, steak and mashed potatoes. Now let's get cooking. First, let's go ahead and chop off the top of a whole head of garlic. Then place it in a 400-degree air fryer to let it roast. Grab yourself a big block of sharp cheddar and we'll go ahead and manually grate it until you got yourself a nice pile. Then we'll slice up some baby bella mushrooms. Get a pot of water boiling and generously salt it. Then carefully drop your potatoes into the water. Put the lid back on and wait until they're fork tender. Once they have softened, go ahead and take it off the heat and drain the potatoes. Keep the potatoes in the pot and add some butter, your grated cheese, some rosemary, the roasted garlic. Just go ahead and squeeze out the cloves and add your heavy cream. Then mash to your desired consistency. Don't forget to salt and pepper. Heat a pan of oil on high heat and sear your steak on both sides. Lower the heat and add some butter, garlic, and rosemary. Baste the meat with the butter until it's cooked to your desired doneness, preferably medium rare. Then out of the pan to let it rest. With the pan back on the heat, add your mushrooms and let it cook down. Then hit it with some of the heavy cream. And of course, always remember to salt and pepper. Scoop up some mashed potatoes on a plate and arrange sliced steak on top. Finally, spoon on some of the sauce. And there we have steak and mashed potatoes. Now let's see how we could transform it. Here we'll be making some steak burgers, and to start off, we'll grate some of our cheese again. A lot of cheese. Slice up your mushrooms. Mince the garlic. And chop up the rosemary. All before cutting into your steak. And getting it all mixed together by knife. Don't forget about the salt and pepper. Once chopped down to size, we'll go ahead and form some patties. Grab a potato and we'll slice out a couple of chungus pieces. Melt some butter in your pan and we'll go ahead and lay in our potato buns. And go ahead and give it some salt. Once they got some color on them and are nicely toasted, give them a flip. Then hit them with some more salt. Once they're fully cooked through, take them off the pan. Drop in more butter, and it's time to cook our patties. And go ahead and drop in your mushrooms right next to them. Salt the mushrooms to draw out the moisture. And pepper to taste. Once there's a nice sear on the patties, give them a flip and let them cook through. When the burgers are done, bring back the potato buns and layer on the patties and mushrooms. We'll now make a cheese sauce. So melt some butter, a lot of butter, a healthy amount of heavy cream, more for good luck. I need a lot of luck. Once warmed through, gradually stir in your cheese. Mix until thoroughly incorporated. Then drizzle that golden goodness right on your burger. Top it with the other bun. And there is our steak burger. Now let's have a taste. Here are the dishes we've made today. Right here is our steak and mashed potatoes. And here we have our steak burger. Let's try the steak and mash out first. Let's get some of that delicious gravy on there. Absolutely wonderful. The steak is cooked perfectly. Let's try some more with some mushrooms. Nice and juicy and so tender. Now some mashed potatoes. Creamy, cheesy, just perfect. Now onto the burger. So buttery, so soft, so good. The cheese sauce alone is enough for a second bite. And of course, chopping up the steak helps make it softer and easier to eat. As good as the burger is, the comforting feel of the mashed potatoes, I have to give it the win. Thank you again for going on yet another journey with me in making this new dish. As always, the ingredients list will be in the description. Comment with what dish you would make down below. And until next time, cook what you want to eat.